SAP GRC Global Trade Services, SAP GRC GTS, Online Training. Introduction to SAP GRC Global Trade Services. SAP GRC Global Trade Services, SAP GTS, is a comprehensive suite of software applications that helps businesses manage their global trade operations in compliance with international regulations. It provides a single platform for managing all aspects of trade, from import and export documentation to customs and duty calculations. SAP GTS can help businesses achieve the following benefits. Increased efficiency. SAP GTS can automate many of the manual tasks involved in trade compliance, such as screening for sanctioned parties and determining export license requirements. This can free up employees to focus on more strategic tasks. Reduced risk. SAP GTS can help businesses identify and mitigate potential trade compliance risks, such as violations of export controls or customs laws. This can help businesses avoid costly fines and penalties. Improved visibility. SAP GTS provides businesses with a single source of truth for all of their trade data. This can help businesses make better decisions about their global trade operations. The core modules of SAP GTS include Import and Export Management. This module provides businesses with the tools they need to manage their import and export processes, including customs documentation, duty calculation, and trade preference determination. Export Control. This module helps businesses comply with export control regulations, including screening for sanctioned parties and determining export license requirements. Customs Management. This module provides businesses with the tools they need to manage their customs operations, including customs declarations, customs audits, and customs bonds. Sanctioned Party List Screening. This module helps businesses screen their customers, suppliers, and partners against lists of sanctioned individuals and entities. Trade Preference Management. This module helps businesses determine and apply trade preferences, such as free trade agreements and duty drawback programs. SAP GTS is available as both an on-premise and cloud-based solution. Businesses can choose the deployment option that best suits their needs and budget. SAP GTS is a powerful tool that can help businesses of all sizes manage their global trade operations in compliance with international regulations. If you are looking for a way to improve the efficiency, reduce the risk, and improve the visibility of your global trade operations, then SAP GTS is a solution that you should consider. Benefits of using SAP GTS. Reduced costs. SAP GTS can help businesses reduce costs by automating many of the manual tasks involved in trade compliance. This can free up employees to focus on more strategic tasks, which can help businesses improve their bottom line. Improved customer satisfaction. SAP GTS can help businesses improve customer satisfaction by providing them with accurate and timely information about their trade shipments. This can help businesses build stronger relationships with their customers and increase customer loyalty. Increased competitive advantage. SAP GTS can help businesses gain a competitive advantage by helping them to comply with international trade regulations and avoid costly fines and penalties. This can help businesses to win more business and expand their global reach. Features of SAP GRC Global Trade Services. SAP GRC Global Trade Services (GTS) is a comprehensive solution that helps businesses manage their global trade compliance and operations. It provides a single platform for managing all aspects of global trade, including export management. GTS helps businesses manage the export process from order to payment, including export licensing, customs documentation, and export compliance screening. Import management. GTS helps businesses manage the import process from order to customs clearance, including import licensing, customs documentation, and import compliance screening. Free trade agreements. FTAs. GTS helps businesses manage their FTAs, including determining the appropriate FTA for each transaction, applying FTA preferences, and documenting FTA compliance. Sanction Party List (SPL) screening. GTS helps businesses screen against SPLs to ensure that they are not doing business with sanctioned parties. Real-time compliance checks. GTS provides real-time compliance checks to help businesses identify and prevent potential compliance violations. Support for special customs procedures. GTS supports a variety of special customs procedures, such as bonded warehousing and temporary importation. Key features of SAP GRC GTS. Sanction Party List (SPL) screening. GTS helps businesses screen against SPLs to ensure that they are not doing business with sanctioned parties. Businesses can screen against SPLs from a variety of sources, including the United Nations, the European Union, and the United States. Export management. GTS helps businesses manage the export process from order to payment, including export licensing, customs documentation, and export compliance screening. GTS supports a variety of export scenarios, including direct exports, indirect exports, and shipments through intermediaries. Import management. GTS helps businesses manage the import process from order to customs clearance, including import licensing, customs documentation, and import compliance screening. GTS supports a variety of import scenarios, including direct imports, indirect imports, and shipments from intermediaries. Free trade agreements. FTAs. GTS helps businesses manage their FTAs, including determining the appropriate FTA for each transaction, applying FTA preferences, and documenting FTA compliance. GTS supports a variety of FTAs, including FTAs between the United States, Canada, and Mexico, NAFTA, the European Union, and China. Real-time compliance checks. GTS provides real-time compliance checks to help businesses identify and prevent potential compliance violations. GTS can check transactions against a variety of compliance rules, including export controls, import duties, and anti-dumping regulations. Support for special customs procedures. GTS supports a variety of special customs procedures, such as bonded warehousing and temporary importation. GTS can help businesses manage the documentation and processes for these procedures. What is SAP Global Trade Services? What is SAP Global Trade Services, GTS? SAP Global Trade Services, GTS, is software that allows companies to support and define import and export trade processes in SAP ERP. What is the global trade system? Global trade, also known as international trade, is simply the import and export of goods and services across international boundaries. Goods and services that enter into a country for sale are called imports. What are 5 examples of global trade? Almost every kind of product can be found in the international market. For example, food, clothes, spare parts, oil, jewelry, wine, stocks, currencies, and water. Services are also traded, such as in tourism, banking, consulting, and transportation. What are the advantages of SAP GTS? It automates trade processes such as cost control, reducing the risk of penalties, completing customs clearance, and making it easier to carry out. It also speeds up the supply chain by providing real-time information and helps to make informed decisions. What is the role of SAP GTS consultant? Responsibilities will include assist with the planning, assessment, and exploration of automated import and export solutions. Drive the functional design, configuration, and custom development of systematic solutions to global trade compliance requirements. Why choose SAP GRC Global Trade Services? Here are some of the reasons why companies choose SAP GRC Global Trade Services. Comprehensive trade management. SAP GRC GTS provides a comprehensive suite of tools for managing all aspects of global trade, including export and import compliance, customs management, trade partner management, and trade finance. Reduced risk of penalties and fines. SAP GRC GTS helps companies comply with complex trade regulations and avoid costly penalties and fines. The software provides a central repository for trade data and enables companies to automate compliance processes. Improved efficiency and productivity. SAP GRC GTS automates many manual trade tasks, such as export document creation and customs filing. This can free up employees to focus on more strategic work and improve overall trade efficiency. Increased visibility and control. SAP GRC GTS provides companies with a real-time view of their global trade operations. This visibility can help companies identify and resolve issues quickly and make better decisions about their supply chains. Reduced costs. SAP GRC GTS can help companies reduce costs by automating trade processes, improving efficiency, and reducing the risk of penalties and fines. Here are some specific examples of how SAP GRC GTS can help companies. A company can use SAP GRC GTS to automate the creation of export documents, such as certificates of origin and commercial invoices. This can save the company time and money and reduce the risk of errors. A company can use SAP GRC GTS to track the status of customs filings and receive alerts when shipments are delayed or blocked. This can help the company avoid costly delays and ensure that goods are delivered on time. What are the challenges of SAP GRC Global Trade Services? SAP GRC Global Trade Services (GTS) is a powerful tool for managing global trade compliance, but it can also be complex and challenging to implement and use. Some of the key challenges of SAP GRC GTS include data complexity and integration. GTS requires a large amount of data from various sources, including ERP systems, customs authorities, and sanctioned party lists. This data can be complex and difficult to integrate, and it can be challenging to ensure that the data is accurate and up-to-date. Process complexity. GTS supports a wide range of global trade processes, from export and import customs clearance to trade preference management and free trade agreement (FTA) utilization. These processes can be complex and require a deep understanding of international trade regulations. Change management. The global trade landscape is constantly changing, with new regulations and requirements being introduced all the time. Keeping GTS up to date with these changes can be a challenge, and it requires a dedicated team of experts. User adoption. GTS is a complex system with a wide range of features and functionality. It can be difficult for users to learn how to use the system effectively, and it can be time-consuming to train users on the system. Cost. SAP GRC GTS is a complex and expensive solution to implement and maintain. This can be a barrier for some organizations, especially small and mid-sized businesses, SMBs. Despite these challenges, SAP GRC GTS is a valuable tool for organizations that need to manage global trade compliance. The system can help organizations to reduce the risk of fines and penalties. GTS can help organizations to identify and mitigate potential compliance risks, which can help to reduce the risk of fines and penalties. Improve efficiency. GTS can help organizations to automate and streamline global trade processes, which can improve efficiency and reduce costs. Is learning SAP GRC Global Trade Services useful? Yes. Learning SAP GRC Global Trade Services can be useful for a variety of reasons. Increased earning potential. SAP GRC Global Trade Services is a highly sought-after skill, and those who have it can command higher salaries. Improved job security. As trade compliance becomes increasingly important, businesses are looking for employees who have the skills to manage it effectively. Career advancement. Learning SAP GRC Global Trade Services can open up new career opportunities, such as promotions to management positions. Greater job satisfaction. Those who work in trade compliance often find their work to be challenging and rewarding. In addition to these general benefits, learning SAP GRC Global Trade Services can also be useful for specific job roles, such as trade compliance specialists. These professionals are responsible for ensuring that their companies comply with all applicable trade regulations. Import-export specialists. These professionals manage the import and export of goods and services, and they need to have a strong understanding of trade compliance. Customs brokers. These professionals act as intermediaries between importers, exporters, and customs authorities. Logistics managers. These professionals are responsible for planning and managing the movement of goods and services, and they need to be aware of trade compliance regulations. If you are interested in a career in trade compliance, or if you want to improve your job prospects in your current role, then learning SAP GRC Global Trade Services can be a valuable investment. Here are some additional benefits of learning SAP GRC Global Trade Services. Learn a valuable skill that is in high demand. Gain a competitive edge in the job market. Prepare for a career in trade compliance. Best practices of SAP GRC Global Trade Services. SAP GRC Global Trade Services, SAP GTS, is a comprehensive solution for managing global trade compliance. It helps businesses automate trade processes, reduce risks, and improve efficiency. To get the most out of SAP GTS, it is important to follow certain best practices. Here are some of the best practices for SAP GRC Global Trade Services. Establish a strong governance framework. Define clear roles and responsibilities for trade compliance activities. Establish a process for identifying and assessing trade risks. Develop a plan for mitigating trade risks. Implement a centralized trade data repository. Consolidate trade data from disparate sources into a single repository. This will improve data quality and make it easier to track and analyze trade data. Automate trade processes. Automate as many trade processes as possible to reduce manual errors and improve efficiency. This includes tasks such as export screening, import management, and customs declarations. Continuously monitor for compliance. Use SAP GTS to monitor trade activities for compliance with trade regulations. This will help you identify and address potential compliance issues before they escalate. Leverage SAP GTS reporting capabilities. Use SAP GTS to generate reports on trade activities. This will help you track progress, identify trends, and make informed decisions. Stay up to date on trade regulations. Regularly review and update your trade compliance procedures to ensure that they are compliant with the latest trade regulations. Train your employees on trade compliance. Provide your employees with training on trade compliance to ensure that they understand their responsibilities and how to comply with trade regulations. Use SAP GTS to support trade initiatives. Use SAP GTS to support trade initiatives, such as trade finance and customs modernization. Partner with SAP GTS experts. Get help from SAP GTS experts to implement, configure, and maintain your SAP GTS solution. Continuously improve your trade compliance program. Regularly review and improve your trade compliance program to ensure that it is effective and efficient. Advantages of SAP GRC Global Trade Services online training. Here are some of the advantages of taking SAP GRC Global Trade Services, SAP GRC GTS, online training. Flexibility and convenience. Online training allows you to learn at your own pace and on your own schedule. You can access the training materials from anywhere in the world, as long as you have an internet connection. This makes it a great option for busy professionals who may not have the time to attend traditional classroom training. Cost-effectiveness. Online training is typically more affordable than traditional classroom training. This is because there are no overhead costs associated with renting a classroom or providing travel and accommodations for instructors. Self-paced learning. Online training allows you to learn at your own pace. This is especially beneficial if you are a visual or auditory learner. You can replay videos and audio recordings as many times as you need until you understand the material. Hands-on learning. Many online SAP GRC GTS training courses include hands-on exercises and simulations. This allows you to get practical experience using the software and apply your knowledge to real-world scenarios. Up-to-date content. Online SAP GRC GTS training courses are typically updated regularly to reflect the latest software releases and industry changes. This ensures that you are learning the most up-to-date information. Access to a global community of learners. Online SAP GRC GTS training courses often have online forums and discussion boards where you can connect with other learners from around the world. This can be a great way to share ideas, ask questions, and get support. Preparation for certification. Many online SAP GRC GTS training courses can help you prepare for the SAP Certified Associate SAP Global Trade Services Certification exam. This certification can validate your skills and knowledge to potential employers. In addition to the advantages listed above, online SAP GRC GTS training can also help you improve your job prospects and earning potential. Advance your career in the global trade industry. Stay up to date on the latest trade regulations and compliance requirements. Career opportunities in SAP GRC Global Trade Services. SAP GRC Global Trade Services, SAP GRC GTS, is a comprehensive suite of solutions that helps organizations manage and comply with global trade regulations. It covers a wide range of functions, including export and import management, trade compliance, customs and freight forwarding, free trade agreements, sanction party screening. SAP GRC GTS is used by organizations of all sizes, from small businesses to large multinational corporations. It is a complex and powerful solution, and there is a high demand for skilled professionals who can implement, manage, and support it. Here are some of the career opportunities available in SAP GRC GTS. SAP GRC GTS Consultant. Consultants implement, configure, and support SAP GRC GTS solutions. They work closely with customers to understand their business needs and then design and deploy a solution that meets those needs. SAP GRC GTS Analyst. analysts develop and maintain trade compliance processes and procedures. They also research and analyze trade regulations to ensure that the organization is compliant. SAP GRC GTS Developers develop and maintain custom code for SAP GRC GTS solutions. They also work with other team members to integrate SAP GRC GTS with other enterprise systems. Salary expectation in SAP GRC Global Trade Services. The salary expectation for SAP GRC Global Trade Services roles can vary depending on several factors, including location. Salaries tend to be higher in major metropolitan areas and lower in rural areas. Experience. Entry-level positions typically pay less than positions that require more experience. Skills. Employees with specialized skills, such as experience with specific SAP GRC modules, can command higher salaries. Employer. The size and industry of the employer can also affect salary. Based on data from Glassdoor, the average salary for SAP GRC Global Trade Services roles in India is 15 lakhs rupee per year. However, salaries can range from 10 lakhs rupee to 25 lakhs rupee per year. Here is a table of average salaries for SAP GRC Global Trade Services roles in India by experience level. Experience level average salary. Entry level 0 to 3 years. 10 lakhs rupees. Mid-level 3 to 5 years. 12 lakhs rupees. Senior level 5+ years. 18 lakhs rupees. Why choose Proexcellency for SAP GRC Global Trade Services online training? Here are some of the reasons why you might choose Proexcellency for SAP GRC Global Trade Services online training. Experienced instructors. Proexcellency's instructors are industry experts with many years of experience in SAP GRC GTS. They have a deep understanding of the subject matter and are able to effectively communicate it to learners. Flexible learning options. Proexcellency offers a variety of learning options to suit different needs and preferences. Learners can choose to take the training online, in a classroom, or in a blended format. Comprehensive curriculum. Proexcellency's SAP GRC GTS training curriculum covers all of the essential topics, including import and export procedures, group actions, and compliance management. Real-world examples. Proexcellency uses real-world examples to help learners understand the concepts and apply them to their own work. Hands-on exercises. Proexcellency provides learners with hands-on exercises to give them practical experience with SAP GRC GTS. Career support. Proexcellency offers career support services to help learners find jobs in the SAP GRC GTS field. In addition to these reasons, Proexcellency is also a reputable training provider with a proven track record of success. The company has been providing SAP training for many years and has a large number of satisfied customers. Here are some additional benefits of choosing Proexcellency for SAP GRC Global Trade Services online training. Affordable pricing. Proexcellency's SAP GRC GTS training is competitively priced. Convenient scheduling. Proexcellency offers flexible scheduling options to accommodate busy learners. Money-back guarantee. Proexcellency offers a money-back guarantee if you are not satisfied with your training. Thank you.